Imagine walking into your bedroom, closing the door, and realizing someone has secretly placed a microphone under your bed, a tracker on your backpack, and a camera outside your window. The thought alone makes your stomach drop. In a free society, your private life belongs to you, not the government. The mechanism that protects this boundary is the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which guarantees our right to be secure against unreasonable searches and seizures. At the heart of this protection is a vital legal document, the warrant. Without a strict warrant requirement, law enforcement tools quickly transform from public safety measures into instruments of total control. Understanding the history of surveillance abuses and the digital dragnets of today reveals why the warrant requirement is not just a legal loophole, but the ultimate shield for human freedom. The constitutional speed bump. What is a warrant? A warrant is essentially a judicial green light. It dictates that police officers cannot simply invade a citizen's privacy on a hunch or out of curiosity. To get a warrant, law enforcement must prove to an independent judge that they have probable cause, a reasonable belief based on hard evidence, that a crime has been committed, and that the specific search will yield evidence. Crucially, a warrant must also particularly describe the place to be searched and the things to be seized. It prevents police from embarking on endless fishing expeditions through a person's life. By forcing the government to pause, present evidence to a neutral judge, and narrow their focus, the warrant requirement serves as a necessary constitutional speed bump against abusive power. The dark history of warrantless wiretaps to see what happens when the government bypasses this speed bump. We only have to look back at the history of wiretapping in the 20th century. When electronic surveillance first became possible, laws had not yet caught up to the technology. For decades, law enforcement and intelligence agencies intercepted telephone calls without seeking a judge's permission. The consequences were disastrous for civil liberties. Under programs like CONTELPRO, the FBI utilized warrantless wiretaps to spy on political dissidents, anti-war activists, and journalists. Most famously, civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. was subjected to systemic warrantless wiretapping and bugs planted in his hotel rooms. The goal was not to uncover evidence of a violent crime, but to gather personal leverage, discredit a powerful social movement, and intimidate a leader fighting for equality. When the government acts as its own referee, surveillance stops being about catching criminals and starts being about suppressing ideas. These historical abuses prove that without a strict warrant requirement, the tools meant to protect the public will inevitably be turned against the public. The modern threat. Geofences and digital dragnets today, the threat of warrantless surveillance has grown exponentially. You no longer need a physical wiretap to lose your privacy. Your smartphone, car, and internet history do the tracking for you. Consider geofence surveillance. When a crime occurs, law enforcement can issue requests to tech giants for the location data of every single smartphone that was within a specific radius of the crime scene at a particular time. Without strict warrant protections, these digital dragnets treat every innocent bystander, pedestrian, and neighbor as a suspect simply because they happen to be nearby. Similarly, network systems like automated license plate readers, ALPAs, can capture millions of data points on everyday citizens. A single camera taking a picture of a license plate on a public street seems harmless. But when thousands of these cameras are linked into massive, AI-driven databases, they can track the complete sweep of a person's daily movements, where they shop, who they visit, and where they worship. If law enforcement is allowed to search these massive archives without a warrant, they can look backward in time to scrutinize the life of any citizen at the push of a button. The Supreme Court recently addressed this exact danger in Terrify. United States, ruling that an individual's cell phone location information is protected by the Fourth Amendment. The court emphasized that even if the police only take a small bite out of a massive location database, it still constitutes a search that requires constitutional oversight. Why the warrant requirement matters to you. It is easy to think. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. But privacy is not about hiding wrongdoing. It is about protecting human dignity, autonomy, and individuality. Imagine living in a world where you must always censor what you say, constantly worry about where you drive, and hesitate before joining a protest, out of fear that a government agency is logging your data without a judge ever checking their work. That is not a free society. It is a surveillance state. The warrant requirement ensures that the government remains the servant of the people, not the master. By demanding that law enforcement justify their intrusions before a judge, the warrant protects the innocent, prevents historical abuses from repeating, and ensures that as our technology evolves, our fundamental freedoms evolve with it.